Hi, welcome from Acumen Accounting. Today's video is about you started a business as a sole trader, self-employed, or incorporate a limited company. This is a very basic and common question which we as an accountant, get being asked by so many people. What structure should I in place? So my advice is for them, just pause and think about it. What you really want to do, and is creating a limited company is going to be benefit or stay as a sole trader. So before we go into making a decision, which structure should we take in place? It's a limited company or stay as a self-employed. Why not just look into some of the benefits of a limited company and the benefits of being a self-employed as a sole trader? So let's look into some of the benefits of being a self-employed. So if you stay as a self-employed, it's cheaper to run because there is less admin work, there's less fees to pay to the accountants, so it's fairly easy to run. And second point is it's very flexible. What does I mean by flexible? It means you have a flexibility of you wanted to, for example, stay as a self-employed for 3-4 months and then you don't have work, you just sit down and do other bits and work, and then there's a flexibility in it. You can just do kind of work at your pace, and all these things are involved in the flexibility. And it's fairly easy to open and easy to close. So if you are self-employed, you just need to go on HMRC website, register yourself as a sole trader. You will get your unique tax reference number in the post, which is also called a UTR. And it's just fairly very easy to open. So if you decided not to trade as a sole trader or a self-employed, it's fairly easy to close as well. You just simply, file your final tax return and inform the HMRC you are no longer a self-employed. So these are the benefits of being a sole trader, and there's no big tax complication. There's no large kind of legality in kind of a self-employed. So now look at some of the benefits of being a limited company. So limited company is fairly easy to incorporate in the UK nowadays. Some of these third parties are advertising. You can open your company within 3 hours. So it's fairly easy to incorporate. And the biggest benefit of is a limited liability. So if you have a limited company in place, it basically gives you protection to your personal assets. So if, for example, things go wrong and you go bankrupt, or you are unable to pay the debts or the money you wanted to pay, being a limited company, it's basically restricted to the assets to the company. So it's not coming to affect your personal assets. But you need to be very careful when you're signing up the contracts and dealing with the suppliers or the clients. Make sure you are not giving any kind of a personal guarantee. If you have given the personal guarantee, because nowadays it's very common, some of the companies only wants to deal with you if you give them a personal guarantee. So in that case, your personal assets are also not safe. So it's just a thing, when the people creating a limited company, it's giving you that kind of a protection. So the problem where it arises is basically some people think having a limited company give them more benefits, and it's like, kind of happy days, but it's not always the case. Of course, having a limited company, it gives you a more tax efficient. The only reason it's a tax efficient is because if you plan from the day one, if you have planned it from start. So if you are not doing planning, or you are just heading towards creating a limited company, it's going to make problems and complication in the longer run. So I've just mentioned few of the benefits of the sole trader and the limited company. The reason I'm just going to conclude this very quickly is because I just want to give you guys a bit of a hint and a tip. Why or like decision kind of a thing you really want to do, be a self-employed or go and register a limited company. So now come to the decision, because in the UK, it's easier to open a limited company, and there's so many people who just straight away jump onto creating the company, and then at a later stage, they realize it's not that straightforward, easy to run a company, and there are complications to close the company when it comes to winding up your business. And most of the people get very surprised the time it takes to close a company and the cost involved, because it's not like a sole trader. You just ring up to the HMRC and told them you're no longer a sole trader or self-employed, and what they do is simply they stop sending you the self-assessment tax return. You just simply have to file your final return and that's it. But in the case of a limited company, if you're going to close your company, there are money involved, and also it takes time to close the company. So whenever you are making decisions, you need to be very careful. You need to make sure you make right decisions and speak to a professional. So I always say every individual, every person is different and their circumstances are different. So whenever you're making a decision, just make sure you speak to somebody professional, ask them questions, because if somebody clients coming to us, we always ask them a number of questions, what they want to do, what's the turnover they're expecting, all these questions we need to ask. So if you are one of them and you're thinking about going into business and you are confused and you are undecided about what should you do, either have a company or stay as a sole trader, we strongly recommend just pick up a phone, speak to us. We offer up to 60 minutes free appointment. So either you can leave a comment at the bottom of this video, or you can just simply go to our website, acumenaccounting.co.uk, and one of our team member will definitely reply you back. Or you can just, have a free appointment, even face to face or over the phone. We offer up to 60 minutes, which is more than enough time to discuss all these things. So whenever you're going into the business, make sure you're fully prepared. You have planned everything. You're not just randomly going and opening a company, because at the later stage, in the long term, it probably get complicated, and dissolving company or going to even insolvency, it's very time consuming and you don't want that kind of stress. So again, thank you for listening us. Any question, just get in touch with us and I'm sure one of our team member will help you. Again, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye for now.